Good afternoon. It is Tuesday, February 4th, 2025. Today was our monthly food distribution, and in cooperation with Caring Ministries and our partner church, Iglesia Bautista Cristo Bien, we were able to give out some food to some folks. Yesterday, 6 of our volunteers went up and packed the boxes, and this afternoon, 7 of our volunteers helped distribute the boxes out to people's cars. We had 72 boxes of food to an estimated 46 families, and approximately 171 people were helped today. And we appreciate our ministry partners in allowing us to participate in this food distribution ministry. It's always important to keep the lines of communication going. Now, in our day, it's much easier. There's texts and emails and all kinds of communication opportunities. But back in Paul's day, the best way to get communication was to have people traveling back and forth. And the Philippian church and Paul kept up with each other by people going back and forth between Paul and the church and talking to each other about what was happening. And one of those folks was Timothy. In Philippians chapter 2, verses 19 to 24, and I'm reading from the New Living Translation, 2nd edition. Paul says, "If the Lord Jesus is willing, I hope to send Timothy to you soon for a visit. Then he can cheer me up by telling me how you're getting along. I have no one else like Timothy who genuinely cares about your welfare. All the others only care for themselves and not for what matters to Jesus Christ. But you know how Timothy has proved himself. Like a son with his father, he has served with me in preaching the good news. I hope to send him to you soon, just as soon as I find out what's going to happen to me here. And I have confidence from the Lord that I myself will come to see you soon." He's going to send Timothy to visit with them. That's not just a in and out, come preach and eat a fancy meal and go. That's spend some time with them and hear from them and learn from them and visit with them and keep up with them. And then he's going to return and tell me how you're doing, and that's going to cheer me up. And Paul, in prison at the time, could use some good cheering up. He did mention there are others around that only cared for themselves, but Timothy had the characteristic of honestly caring about the people in the church in Philippi. It is always amazing to me when I find out the difference between someone who honestly cares and someone who's just going through the motions. But he says Timothy has proved himself. Now, how had he proved himself? By doing the right thing and by showing acts of caring through time. The best predictor of future action is past action. What we've done in the past is probably the way we're going to continue doing in the future. And Timothy had proven himself by his past actions to be concerned and compassionate for the church in Philippi. Paul says he's like a spiritual son to me. He's worked hard with me and served well with me in preaching the gospel. Because for Paul, that was the primary goal of everything he did, was to preach the gospel. And he says, Timothy has served well with me in preaching the gospel. And he says, as soon as I find out what's happening to me here, in other words, as soon as the sentence is handed down or as soon as his circumstances change, he says, I'm going to send Timothy off to you. So Timothy can tell you what's going on with me, and he's going to stay there for a little while so he can listen to you, and then he's going to come back and tell me about the news from you. How precious it is to have people like Timothy that you can count on, that are dependable, that are reliable, that are honest, and that tell the truth. How beautiful it is to rely on such people. May you surround yourself with honest, dependable, trustworthy people that will tell you the truth when you need to hear it. God bless you.